From Maximum PC here at CES 2015. I'm here at Asus's booth speaking with JJ. And JJ, can you tell us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of our networking wall. For a lot of you guys know, Asus has been really focused on a lot of high-performance networking products. So here we're just showing off our recently launched 87U. We've got the AC3200, which has not yet launched yet, but we announced previously at Computex. For you guys that are interested, hopefully it's shipping by the end of this month. We're right now in the last stages of firmware validation. But the two new guys are going to be the EA87 here, as well as the AC68. So these are ultra-high performance repeaters. So really the goal here is going to be for people that are looking to get disconnected in generally some type of like living room environment where they have long distances but need a high level of throughput. So if you're connecting to, let's say, either one of these routers, you got a great level of throughput, and then what you can go ahead and do is connect all those local devices. So your receiver, your Xbox, your television, all those devices, so you don't have to be dependent on Wi-Fi for every single one of those, because this unit is receiving that ultra high signal from the primary router. So that's going to be an option. Now, of course, you can use these also as repeaters or extenders, and we're also incorporating new firmware that will have intelligent SSD management. So traditionally what will happen when you connect to an SSD, an SSID, is that SSID is specific to the extender. So when you're at that part of the house, you're on the extender, but let's say you move back to another part of the house where the extender's reception or signal strength isn't as strong, and you'd be better off connecting to the router. The problem is that you'd have to disconnect and attach that, and it can be hard to know when's the best situation. With our new firmware package in these units, we have that seamlessly handled for you. So when you go ahead and connect that, we're tracking all that in real time in terms of signal strength, and when you move away from the actual access point, the extender, we can go ahead and automatically switch you back to the router so that you get the best and most consistent experience for your wireless devices. So that's a pretty cool feature that we're building in. Now, on top of that, some of the new things that we've done in terms of the firmware side, one really cool thing is the new adaptive QoS technology that we have. So you can see that what we can actually do is we can track all the bandwidth in real time, even per client and per application. So what you can literally do is you can click in and you can see your desktop, and you can find out, how much Chrome is using, how much Netflix is using, how much Steam is using, and you can then have this automatically optimize all your traffic so you get the best experience and the best utilization from your pipeline. If you want to manage it specific to your needs, you can go ahead and drag and drop it via a slider, or if you want to go ahead and have it automatically do that for you, you can do that too. There's tons and tons and tons, way more that's in there. One other little cool function though is that we did work with Trend Micro to have enhanced security protection. So with a lot of exploits and bots and things like that out there, one cool thing that we're doing is we have whitelist and blacklisting built into the router. So if, let's say, something gets on your system, it's trying to output and send out your credit card information to a known black server, we can go ahead and essentially negate that server's port access and email and let you know that there's an attempt to breach on your system, which is another cool form of you being protected. So that and a lot more, showing you some of the focus on performance and features that we're bringing to the networking side.
Cool. So what do we got over here?
On this side, we've got to focus more towards kind of professional people that are looking for streamlined, cool types of setups. So we've got the Designo series. So the Designo series is the line of monitors that's really focused for users that are looking for premium quality, fit and finish, and a combination of audio as well as video and picture. So one, you start off with a really high quality IPS based display. So it's really clean, really bright, really clear. Beautiful display. On top of that, you've got this ultra thin millimeter bezel that you have on the unit, and this is all actually finished in a metal construction around the unit, so it's got a really nice premium feel to it. You do have the ability that you can go ahead and adjust it in terms of the bass. Now on top of that, this unit does have specially tuned 3-watt speakers that are built into this. We also co-worked with B&O, so Bang & Olufsen, in terms of some circuitry in here for an operational amplifier and DAC. So there's actually post-processing here to actually give you better audio. And there is a line level output that's on this as well, so you can go ahead and connect your headphones to this and receive benefit to that also on this monitor. Now rounding out one of the other really cool features is actually something that we care a lot about, which is eye care. So we have an Asus initiative for monitors that's called eye care, where first and foremost this does not use a PWM to drive the panel. So this removes what a lot of people refer to as PWM flicker. If you sit in front of your monitor for a long period of time, or you're sensitive to fluorescence, you don't have to worry about that, and you don't have to worry about the fatigue and eye strain that you can get. We also have a special blue light filter mode where we can remove blue light from what's being seen on the panel. The advantage of that is if you're somebody that sits down and you're reading a lot of articles at Max PC, you're checking out your email, you're doing stuff like that, we can reduce that, and that can significantly reduce eye strain. So that's a wide range of features that we have in the Designo, along with great connectivity. You got MHL, DP, and HDMI. So an awesome high quality monitor, and this one will be shipping Q1 2015.
Okay, and again, what's the resolution on it?
This is a 2560 by 1440 display, so it's a QHD based display.
Okay, and then yeah, IPS and 60 hertz. And
yep, correct.
Gotcha. Cool.
From there, you can see that what we're powering it with is actually a really cool high-performance small form factor system. So we recently launched the Vivo PC, which was a little bit larger, but these are very small. For you guys that might be familiar with Intel's NUC, this is kind of like our take on an Intel NUC. It can utilize an i3 or an i5 based processor. It's got everything from Wi-Fi to gigabit Ethernet connectivity. If we take a look at what you got Kensington lock, card reader in there, USB 3. We switch over to here, the AC adapter, HDMI display port, 2 more USB 3. You got the gigabit wireless, gigabit Ethernet. You also have 802.11 AC wireless and Bluetooth in here, as well as your line level out for either speakers or for headphones. Now, in terms of DIY, you guys can get a little DIY with this guy. Just these grommets, 4 screws, pop that off. If you want to upgrade the mSATA storage, you can do that. If you want to be able to change out the wireless PCIe, you can do that. If you want to upgrade the memory, you can also do that. So this is a really nice little unit if you're looking at something maybe in your HPC based environment, everyday small form factor.
Or like even a streaming box too.
Yeah, and have that power and benefit of being able to access Windows and even the app ecosystem and all the online services that are out there. I think this is a really nice option. This will be shipping pretty much at the end of this month and throughout Q1, depending on different configurations in terms of memory, processors, and things like that.
Do you guys have a price point?
As of right now, we haven't finalized the price point, so definitely stay tuned to that in the official PR release.
Okay, is it going to be running Windows 8.1?
Yes, 8.1 will be the official release. We may potentially have a bare bone edition, which would maybe not ship with storage or an operating system, but we're still deciding on that as far as whether that be a formal model.
Have you guys thought about using 8.1 Bing version? That being a lot cheaper.
We have actually done that with a couple of models in terms of some of our our notebooks and low power based devices. But for this model, I don't think it's been in discussion yet. But nothing's necessarily off the table. I think for us, we'd rather go with the option of a pure bare bone, where then that way users, if they want to use OpenElect, Kodi, or they have their own Windows licenses or something like that, they can go ahead and go that route if they prefer to. And we are working on doing some validation on non-Windows OSs because we do see some flexibility for users that want to use this as a streaming or HPC box.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. And so lastly over here, we've got just a little bit of kind of everything. One of the really cool things that I like here is this little Transfer Express. This is going to be coming out towards the end of this month, going into later Q1 timeframe. But what makes this cool is you got a little bit of different functionality. So on its face, you have a standard USB 3 hub that's built into this. But in addition to that, you have some functionality for attached devices such as a smartphone, a tablet, or a notebook. And what you can go ahead and do is once you connect that device, you can go ahead and use this as a hardware-based transfer mechanism. So instead of having to transfer something, upload it to the cloud, or transfer or take out memory cards or anything like that, you can connect the device, have this connected to your desktop, transfer all your files through USB. If it's a USB 3 based device, you can even get faster transfer speeds, so that's a really cool benefit. On top of that, you can also send or share the display. So if you've got, let's say something like a smartphone, a tablet, you want to be able to see that display on your primary display, you can go ahead and do that as well. You also have input mapping, so you can use your keyboard and your mouse. If you got like File Explorers, different things like that, let's say on your tablet or your smartphone, you have that functionality that's available to you there. So a lot that's going on with this little Transfer Express in terms of the functionality it offers you, in terms of being able to interface with, let's say, a notebook or a desktop, and then your mobile type of devices that you might be connecting to it.
Gotcha. So you can use like essentially one set of keyboard and a mouse to power to navigate.
It's kind of like a really intelligent VM in a couple of ways in terms of having it shared one keyboard and mouse for multiple devices, but with the improved functionality of being able to have display output functionality, being able to go ahead and transfer files, and some additional options as well.
Is that something that you guys have been receiving requests from, or is that something you're trying to sort of create that market?
I definitely think for our enthusiast market, what we generally find is a lot of users that are looking to build their own high performance PCs also generally have a lot of the best smartphones, they have the best tablets, they have quality notebooks, and they're looking for some more seamless ways to kind of be able to make things work without complicating things or also necessarily being dependent on other standards which aren't always consistent. I mean, if you've got a high performance 811 AC router, it's great to transfer everything like that, but also sometimes setting that up might be a little bit confusing. This might be a quicker and easier way for you to do it. So we're just looking at different options for different users.
Gotcha.
And rounding things out here, we just got a couple of really cool mods. We've got our beautiful white X99 board. I was absolutely just amazed and blown away by the ID. I was really happy that our headquarters team listened to our feedback on this, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I think a lot of guys out there have really enjoyed the white that we introduced this generation, and here we're embracing that with a couple of mods because as you guys can see right here, we're embracing a really big milestone for us, 500 million motherboards sold. It's a pretty big deal and definitely achieved because of you guys out there, the PCDIY community. So here we're just showing off some of the mods that we've had guys work with us on to be able to create some of the cool things that we see for people that are passionate about building their own systems.
Yeah, I mean, at first this one was, this computer right in front of me is really striking, but then I didn't realize that that car over there is actually a computer.
Yeah, it's an entirely fully functional computer. So this is actually fully constructed, and inside here in the back you actually got the full Z97 Sbraco edition, so the white edition board. Here you've got the closed loop cooler that's integrated on the top. You've got the Kingston HyperX memory in there. You've even got our Strix graphics card. They've gone ahead and used a right angle adapter for the PCIe, and they've powder coated it white. So it's a pretty awesome looking mod, and considering that you got a fully functional computer. Here you've got all the back I/O accessible. You have all the display ports on the back. So it's a pretty cool little box, considering you can kind of put it up anywhere. It looks kind of interesting and cool, but this is actually legitimately a very high performance gaming PC.
Cool, thanks JJ.
Thank you guys for checking it out, and hopefully you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them our way.